kept it up. They are a strong team. They've been getting stronger. Italy as a nation has been getting stronger for the last 3 or 4 years at Europeans, and they look very good. They look like they have a big chance of winning this. The Welsh are also strong and have competed hard, but the England, who were pre-competition favourites, look a little bit off the pace, and they're standing on the line taking pony club handovers, and the other ones are taking lumps of time out of them. Unless they can speed that up and clean things up, I think it's going to end up a 2-horse race. But
okay,
we'll see. In the under-14s, it's very close. The first session it was England were in, it was 28, 24, 24, 24, and Italy have run them pretty close again this evening. But I think it will just be England in the end. I think it's going to be a real dogfight for second between Belgium, France, Italy and Wales.
And in the open class? And the under-17?
And the under-17, again, Italy have come out, brought their best team to town, or so it would appear, and they're going to give England a run for it. I think it'll come down to those two. Wales were impressive this evening, but they weren't so good the first session. They had a heat to their own without England and Italy this time, and I'm not so sure it'll stay together whenever. And they dropped a few handovers from top riders I wouldn't expect to see on the floor. So I think this is going to come down to England and Italy too. In the opens, it's wide open. The first heat of the day I thought was much faster. Germany, France, Italy and Ireland, wasn't it, in together?
Yeah.
And it looked to me like they were travelling a little quicker. Very close, they finished close together. In the other heat, England didn't really impress me. Again, they were a little untidy, made a few mistakes, but they often are in the heats, and I expect them to get better than that. Belgium, who were in the World Teams Final, when it was 8 going through to the final, they had a nightmare in the first session, and it's going to be very hard for them to get out of that hole.
Yeah.
So I think it's wide open. The Open's going to be a cracking competition.
But we will see who's doing well. We will keep up.
Yeah.
And yeah, now we are facing the main event of the day.
Yeah.
The under-17 semi-finals.
So
we'll kick off within 5 minutes.
All right, yeah, it's going to be great to see. The two favourites have drawn each other, or my two favourites have drawn each other in the same semi, Ben and Katie, so they got first tilt at each other. And although it's only about qualification here, there will be a certain amount of posturing and who can beat who. Well, I expect Ben to play it very cool. He won't worry where he finishes. He's done this many times. Katie will probably win the semi-final, but it won't mean she'll win it overall. We'll see.
Yeah.
In the other one, we have Brooke, who was a good medalist in World Individuals last year. And I think Dion can play well. And the other Welsh girl, Sasha, she was good early on. Maybe didn't have a great last heat, but she can get up into this too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And
we'll see that.
Now let's come to our semi-final, the open class.
Yeah.
3 sessions in a row.
All right, so there's been a lot of controversy about this. I guess some people thought it wasn't the sanctioned competition by IMGA, and the conditions of qualification were changed halfway through. I never think it's good to change anything halfway through. If it had been done at the start, I probably would have been in favour of it. But anyway, what we have is 3 qualifiers, so 18 with 6 to go through. And it's going to make it very interesting. The first thing I see about the whole scenario is the way the draw has been done.
Yeah.
I personally feel that if we're going to draw it by qualification, that it should give the winner of the qualification an advantage. The way this has been done, putting 1, 4, 7, etc. in the same heat, 2, 5 and 8 in the second heat, 3, 6 and 9 in the third heat, definitely gives the advantage to the rider that qualified 3rd or 6th, because it's a much weaker heat. Which Danny Lovelace will be delighted to hear me saying that she's in the weak heat again. But that is how it would appear. Of course, we have quality all through that competition, so it may not come out to be that way, but it looks that way to me. It looks like a very tough draw for Jordan Peerless, who's played very well, but in against the 2 speedsters of Craig and Ewan, it's going to be tough for her. she's gonna really have to keep her head and try and finish third to them and hope they make mistakes.
Yeah.
So in the second heat we have Uli and Meg, the two top girls, other than Danny and Mac. But I think the races will suit Uli. They're very strong. It's speed and physical races here, and I think she'll go very well. And Meg's played consistently. She's a world individual runner-up last year. I expect her to qualify. But of course we do have the joker in the pack, Mr. Ben O'Connor. And his pony's still a little green, a little untidy, but it has serious gears. And if he gets it right, he'll be hard to beat too. So I think that's that one. And in the third heat, we have Danny Lovelace, mentioned already. We have Mackenzie Taylor on Ink Spot, our double world individual under 17 champion. And also in there, we have Eddie Sermon. There are three similar sort of players, and I think they'll love the draw because one or two of them are going to go through and they're going to love those games in the final. The semi-final and final games are very much like an inverted version of what world individuals semi-finals and final used to be. You had all the skill games in the semi-final and all the speed games in the final. So a lot of the speedsters got knocked out in the semi-final. Now it's the other way around. It's going to make life very interesting. But we might well lose some of the favourites at the top end because of it.
Yeah, and the arena is getting maintained, and we are nearly ready for the semi-finals. So don't miss to tune in. Thanks a lot, Colin, to have you here.
No problem. It's been
thanks for your Bookies View. It's always a pleasure.
So I have the re-updated Bookies View, the prices, now that I've seen the draw for the semi-final. So I still make Craig favourite at 2-1, Meg second favourite at 5-2. Danny Lovelace bounces up the betting to 3-1, Mac 4-1, Uli 6-1, and Ewan 4-1 as well with Mac. And I have 7-1, Jordan Peerless, Ben, and Eddie Sermon as well. So,
but Craig is still your favourite.
Still my favourite. He's so really top rider, and that is a seriously quick pony. We'll see. Maybe the races won't suit him in the final, but he does things other riders can't do.
So we'll see within a minute. Must be. We start with the under 17. So don't miss to tune in.